Welcome back to the 3 Points. It's your boy Mike 3P, and today we are going to get into game 1 of the NBA Finals. But before we do that, make sure you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. And 3 Point fam, you guys are already subscribed already. Welcome back. Now, before this game, I thought, I call this game going 5-6 series, but really I thought 4, and today just showed it. It was an absolute domination by the Lakers. I've never seen something of the sort, in a long time. Since the Golden State and the LeBron-led Cavs a while ago, I've not seen a blowout like this. Now, we'll go into this game. In the first quarter, I think the Miami Heat were up. I think they were up 13 at one point, and then it just went downhill from there. I said the key to this series was matchups. So what I mean by that is who, especially down low, where you see the Lakers are probably the biggest team in the NBA right now. So you have Dwight Howard up front, you have AD, you have Joel McGee, you have LeBron James, they're all 6'9" and above. Whereas in the starting 11, I'm talking about his football. Starting 5 for the Miami Heat, it's only Bam and Adebayo that's over 6'9". So you've already got a problem there. So what happens is they get into the game and that Miami are playing well, they go up, but then once again the matchups become a problem. Bam Adebayo gets into foul trouble and then went downhill from there. The Lakers went on a 71-30 run since then. I've never seen the sorts of that before in my life. So I'm gonna just go through some of the stat lines of some of the players. So the Lakers shot 56%. From the floor in the first half. They think Kentavious Caldwell-Pope went off. LeBron James finished with 25, 13 and 9. Anthony Davis finished with a monster 34 points, 9 rebounds and 5 assists. They got help from Danny Green, Alex Caruso. Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler did well, did the best he could, 23 points. I think he's the only person that averaged over 20 or scored over 20 in this game. But then what I saw was not only because of the mismatches, the fouls, but the mismatches in size and in defensive intensity. What we saw, 3 players for the Miami Heat get injured. And once I saw Bam go down, I thought, that's it. Because Bam is probably obviously their best defender that can defend bigs. Jimmy Butler's good, he rolled his ankle. Goran Dragic did the same thing as KD did, I think, last year, where no one's really touching you, but you feel something in the back of your ankle or back of your calf, and then you think, it might be my Achilles. Achilles in the calf? I think something like that. But you think it's somewhere down there. So once I saw that, I said, you know what, Kendrick Nunn and Tyler Hero are going to have some quality minutes down there, and then Solomon Hill and Derek Favors. I'll be honest with you, you're not winning any basketball game, especially in the NBA Finals. Solomon Hill and Derek Favors are going to get quality minutes. No offense, they're just not good enough. And looking at the Lakers went on a historic 3-point shooting night. I don't know what they were doing after. They just, everything they hit, everything they shot was just going in. I think the bench for Miami, he did well to come back. I think that was mainly driven by Kendrick Nunn. He played 20 minutes, got 18 points. So he did that mainly because Goran Dragic was out and Duncan Robinson. See, Duncan Robinson is an extremely great 3-point shooter. In my opinion, he's probably the best 3-point shooter in the league at the moment. But the problem with Duncan Robinson is he's just pretty much a taller JJ Redick, because what happens is he's so good at 3-point shooting, but he doesn't really impact the game anywhere else. I mean, defensively, he's not that bad. And if today his shots are not falling, you're playing 4 against 5. He went 0-4 in this whole game, which is unexpected of him. I think in game 2 you're gonna he said 0 points, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks. And we're talking about 27 minutes of play. I mean, he had 4 rebounds, but I mean, that's obviously not enough. Keller, I look at some of these players and just think no one stepped up for the Heat. For me, obviously it's hard for a team to defend well, to show defensive intensity when you're getting blown out by 26, 27, 30 points, it's hard for you to get your head in the game. But what Miami Heat need to do is make adjustments going into the second. Obviously, they need to pray that their players are not out for the series. I heard Goran Dragic is, which is unfortunate, but they need to pray that the rest of the team isn't. But for the Heat to win this game, they need a hot, when I say a ridiculously hot shooting night. Because what happens is, defensively and size-wise, they can't match the Lakers, so there's no point going down low. But shooting-wise, they cannot outmatch the Lakers. Even though Rajon Rondo is shooting a ridiculously high 41% from three, they need to turn the Lakers into a three-point shooting team. They have Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, who can shoot threes. Goran Dragic is obviously out, but he can shoot threes. Kendrick Nunn can shoot threes. Kelly Olynyk can shoot threes. JJ Crowder sometimes can shoot threes at quite a high rate. So I think that's what they need to do to get into this series. Otherwise, this is going to be a short one. I think what's that? It had 18 points lead. The Lakers finished with 18-point lead. But really and truly, it wasn't that. It was even a bigger gap than that. The scoreline doesn't actually reflect it. I think the Lakers started playing to score rather than the actual game. They took their foot off the gas in the fourth, but that's expected. I mean, I don't see what else or how much more you can motivate some guys whilst they're already winning 30 to carry on scoring, carry on putting the ball in the bucket. I mean, there's really no need to exert yourself, especially if you're playing in a couple of days' time. Now I'm going to go on to the Lakers. For me, that was Miami Heat. That was Miami Heat's problem. Now I'm going to go on to the Lakers. The Lakers absolutely abused what Miami Heat did right all series long, which is their zone defense and their perimeter defender. Well, because they've not really got the size, they can't really defend one-on-one. What tends to happen is Miami play a zone. But the difference is the zone is when you have two players like LeBron James and Anthony Davis who are good passers, and Dwight Howard who turned into Nikola Jokic overnight. I don't understand. Some of the assists that he was giving out was just flat out amazing. But what happens is when you give AD the ball down low and he gets a double team, the first thing that happens is there's going to be a screen by there's going to be a cut by Rondo who opens a 3-point shooter, and he's not a 3-point shooter, but who opens up space for Kyle Kuzma, who will then drive and find another open shooter in KCP. He'll knock it down, and it'll be the same over and over again. It'll be LeBron or AD get doubled, then they'll pass out of it, and before you know it, 1-2 ball movement, and before you blink, an open man like Alex Caruso has an open shot, KCP has an open shot, Marquise Morris has an open shot, and I feel like for me, it's going to be hard, but I think what Miami needs to do is be like, okay, let's tee up one-on-one until it gets to the point where LeBron or AD are driving to the basket, or Dwight Howard is driving to the basket. Because if you're just going to double team LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they are too good of passers for them not to find somebody else, or Rondo, to find the open man. I said they're like Solomon Hill, I won't play left, Rajon Rondo wide open, but Rajon Rondo is shooting 41% from free, so it's not like you can just leave it open anyhow. So yeah, I think the Lakers need to carry on doing what they're doing. I think you're having a good, like, LeBron James and Anthony Davis combined, when they combine for 60, they're 18-1. But today they only scored 59 points between them. But the domination is just too much. When you have AD and LeBron James together, and they are two of the best players on the court at all times, you're most likely going to lose that game. The only thing you need to do is take care of the others. If the others can actually step up, or to use Shaq's word, if the others can step up and do what they can do, like a Tyler Hero or someone like that, then puts you in the game, because those two combined, they're going to give you 50. So you're going to need to see step-ups from other places. Duncan Robinson can't have 0 points. They can't. I think a few people in their team didn't do too well. I can just name a few people. Bam and Adebayo had 8 points. Bear in mind, he did get injured. Goran Dragic 6 points, Iguodala 7 points. I mean, for me, it's just honestly, it's just not good enough. But Miami need to understand, in my opinion, Miami needs to be like, okay, we got absolutely blown out, but we can't let our heads down. We can't just fold in and give up, if that makes sense. They need to come out in a couple of days' time and be like, yeah, we're back here. At least show some intent. Because I tell you what, if they go 2-0 down and it's in the same fashion as this one, this is going to be a 4-game series and it'll be over from that. Yeah, obviously, LeBron James, once again, 25, 13 and 9. I mean, I don't know what else we can say about LeBron James because today wasn't really his best day. Or should I say, he wasn't really his all-time classic game, but he just did enough for them to go over the line. I think he drove at the right times. He passed obviously at the right times. And this is LeBron James. He's like a mini computer. There's not many things that he won't see once and won't understand. So once he realised how they were playing him, he just adjusted his game. And then he just kept feeding AD. He fed Dwight Howard a few times. Dwight Howard just, and let's give it to, what's his name? AD. And before you know it, it's dunks. And it's like, after 2-3 times when Dwight Howard is giving AD the ball down low, you think, what else are they going to do? Because if LeBron James is not having his best night, he didn't have a bad night, but if LeBron James is not having his best night, then call blimey, what's going to stop them? Anthony Davis, this is his first ever NBA Finals, and he recorded, 34 points? Now, in NBA history, he's joint for third in NBA debuts, most points. The other 3 have been Lakers, and I believe the first person was that he tied with Elgin Baylor at 34. George Mikan had 42, and I believe Shaq had 44 in the year 2000. You might have to double check me on that. Maybe I would try and bring graphic or whatever if I can find. But yeah, that was it. But I think the Lakers absolutely played well. They played the best of They used their strengths really well. They need to rebound. They even shot the free quite well, to be honest. Miami Heat need to pray that Goran Dragic, Goran Dragic out for the series, but they need to hope that Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler are going to be available for the next X amount of games, especially 2, 3, 4 games, if possible. Duncan Robinson needs to understand, you need to impact the game other than just shooting. If you can just defend somebody, that'd be quite helpful. Tyler Hero is a boy for me. He's real good. 14 points on his NBA debut in the finals. He's really good for someone that got picked up, number 13, I believe it is. He's got dog. He can fight. He can shoot. He's not scared of no one, to be honest, and I like him for that. But I think that was my thoughts on the game. You lot, let me know yours in the comments below. It's your boy Max from the 3 Point Show. We're out.